welcome you to this broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We are at Russia Local Schools where the Fairlawn Jets will take on the Russia Raiders. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Koki Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, The Jewelry Barn, and NKTelco. You're looking live at the Claire C. Deveau Gymnasium. My name's Brendan Copeman. Glad you can join us here on NKTelco Sports here tonight for girls varsity basketball action between the Fairlawn Jets and the Russia Raiders. Again, it's a varsity-only contest due to Fairlawn not being able to field a JV team, so just one game here tonight on NKTelco Sports. Let's take a preview at the Fairlawn Jets here this season. They are led by head man Gavin Cathcart, who has been at, I believe this is his 5th or 6th season at Fairlawn. Has done a nice job in turning around this Fairlawn program, but this year they've hit a little hard times after a 7-16 season last year. They are 1-14 this year, an 0-7 record in the Shelby County League. They lost their first 5 of the year before beating Triad on Monday, December 5th, 47-37. Then have lost 9 straight after that. They played the Russia Raiders in their 3rd game of the season at Fairlawn and lost by a score of 60-22. This is a mixture of freshmen. There are 5 freshmen listed on this roster, only 2 juniors, no sophomores, and one junior. Sorry, excuse me. 5 freshmen, 2 seniors, and no sophomores. The head coach, Gavin Keith, and the varsity assistant, Thad Hilber. On the flip side for the Russia Raiders, they come in this contest 11-3, and that record is outstanding, but they have lost 2 in a row, one to the Jackson Center Tigers on Thursday, and also losing Saturday to a very good Marion local squad. So Russia on a 2-game skid, but they can't be sleeping here against these Fairlawn Jets. They got an ultimate, a very important Shelby County League game coming up Thursday against the Fort Laramie Redskins at Fort Laramie, and the Raiders want to be focused after dropping 2 in a row here, even though they're standing at an 11-3 record, 5-1 in the Shelby County Athletic League. They are looking to get their 12th win of the season here tonight.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back here to NKTelco Sports. First, our Emerson Climate Technology starting lineups for the Fairlawn Jets. Number 1, Lainey Clemens. Number 3, Callie Helber. Number 11, junior Avery North. Number 21, Riley Eichelberger. Number 44, senior Darcy Maxson. The head coach of the Fairlawn Jets is Gavin Cathcart, assisted by Thad Helber.
And now here, Russia Raiders. Number 3, a 5'9" senior.
Now the Emerson Climate Technology starting lineups for the Russia Raiders. Number 3, 5'9" senior, number 3, CC Borchers. Number 4, 6 foot junior, Ronnie Poling. Number 5, 5'6" senior, Maya Manin. Number 13, 6'1" senior, Kate Sherman. And rounding out the lineup for the Raiders, a 5'6" senior, number 14, Reese Gubo, the head man of the Russia Raiders in his second season, is Paul Bremagen. He is assisted by Rachel Borchers, Tracy Schultze, Bruce Borchers, Luke Dayport, and Christy Borchers. Thank you for Emerson Climate Technologies for the starting lineups here tonight, being the sponsor. Let's take a look at our keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza in Newport, Ohio. First, taking a look for the Fairlawn Jets. The Jets want to be able to limit the turnovers, have good shot selection, and they want to be able to rebound. The Raiders, they want to get good open looks. They want to be able to have good ball movement as Fairlawn comes out here in a 3-2 zone, and they want to get the best looking shots possible and be able to rebound, especially in the offensive end if Fairlawn's going to run this zone. And Maya Manin launches a 3 to start. Shot's no good. Sherman there on the strong side to rebound it. So Kate Sherman kicks off the scoring 2-0 Raiders on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard as Clemens brings up this ball. A very talented freshman class for Fairlawn. You'll see quite a bit of freshmen on this roster as the shot is no good there by North. As the Raiders off and running. Borchers in the open floor lays it in. It's 4-0 within 50 seconds here. The Raiders ahead as this Fairlawn freshman team, you know, it's not easy being a freshman on varsity. They're all on varsity. But did win the Shelby County Athletic League tournament when they were in 7th grade. So a bright future for this Fairlawn team as the shot is no good against this very veteran Raiders squad. So a youth movement in Fairlawn and a more veteran squad in the Raiders. As they get the ball on the inside, Poling going up against Maxson, kicks it out to Borchers. Borchers going to fire a 3 from the top of the key. It's no good. Poling trying to kick it back out. It's rebounded by Laney Clemens. Clemens goes on the left side, takes it to the rack, couldn't finish. Rebound goes down to Poling. Raiders pushed up quickly. Manin on the left side, drives inside over to Sherman. Sherman trying to get through Maxson. Gubo on top of the key. Didn't catch that pass. Could have got off an easy shot there. Poling on the inside against Maxson. And Ronnie Poling uses that power move. 3 different Raiders have scored. It's a 6-0 Russia lead. 2 minutes into this ball game on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Clemens gives the ball up to Maxson. Maxson, the lone senior on this roster. We're one of 2 seniors on this roster, I should say, as the shot is hit there from the short corner by Callie Helber. Helber gets the Jets on the scoreboard. 5:50 to go here in the first quarter. 6-2 Raiders on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And Manin, nothing but net there from the corner. And that's 4 different Raiders that have scored. It's 9-2 Russia here on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Gubo trying to pick the pocket there. We got a jump ball. Arrow still favors the Jets. Coming in for the lineup for the Raiders, Kelby Dosek. Another senior on this veteran Raider roster that's been district runner-up the past 2 years. Again, a very veteran but injured Raiders team. Not only did they lose starter Simone Putoff after a few games, they also lost bench player Grace Holscher. As the Raiders get a steal, Poling runs up that left side. Going up, she's fouled, and as the ball gets stuck in there. And we'll see which referee wants to poke it out. The guys making the calls tonight are Dale Goodwin, Sean Burns, and Mark Fortman, the guys in stripes here tonight. And I want to let one of the assistant Fairlawn coaches poke it out there. As, again, those guys making the calls tonight, Dale Goodwin, Sean Burns, and Mark Fortman, the officials tonight. And we thank them for their officiating experience in helping us play this game of high school basketball as Poling cans the first free throw. And Pulling held scoreless in that game Saturday against Marion Local, a game that, probably didn't have her best outing, and ended up actually fouling out of that game with no points, and she goes 2 for 2 from the line there. She's wanting to forget that quickly, and she's got 4 points, and feel a relief to get off that scoreless drought that she was on there for a bit. Gubo trying to get a steal from Clemens. Clemens on the right wing, hands off to Maxson. Eichelberger trying to go to the right side, kicks it out over to Clemens. Jets trying to go baseline, and Borchers steals it, picks it off. She's in the clear, and CC Borchers will lay it in. It's a 13-2 Raider lead. And Borchers gets another steal. She goes to that left side and lays it in. CC Borchers with 6 points, 15-2 Raiders. 4:10 to go here in the first quarter. Against Jet team, their last one coming on December 5th. As it's going to be a jump ball. Arrow favors the Raiders, so a Fairlawn turnover as we have some substitutions starting here for the Raiders. Addison Shappy, Jayla Shappy, and Kate Sherman. Again, no JV contest here tonight, so that's why we're starting a little earlier than anticipated. Borchers on the right side, back over to Shappy near the Raider logo. Raiders run that ball to the corner. They're going to let Addison Shappy fly it from deep. It's no good. Sherman going to come away with the rebound, trying to make a move on the inside. Sherman gives it up to Borchers, and Borchers will stick it in. CC Borchers with 8 first quarter points. As we still have 3.5 here to play in the opening stanza. Clemens on the left side, and it's a Jet turnover. As Coach Gavin Cathcart wants a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'd like to take this opportunity to remind you here on NKTelco Sports that some of our additional sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Seiss Riederman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, and the St. Henry Bank. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza, Scoreboard sponsor First National Bank, Timeout sponsor Precision Strip. Our starting lineup sponsors Emerson Copeland, Rushi Liveview sponsors the Jewelry Barn, and our player of the game, which I'll select at the end of the game, is brought to you by NKTelco. I'd like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity girls basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Tuesday, January 24th at 5 p.m. and Saturday, January 28th at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So the Rushi boys and the Fairlawn boys will play on Friday night. That's the Rushi homecoming game. So if any of you want to tune into that game, if you're a Rushi or a Fairlawn fan, that game will be played on Friday. Craig Fissinger and I, Brandon Coburn will be on the call for that varsity game. I'll be on the call for the JV games as well as the Jets force a turnover out that zone, out the timeout. I will be on the call for that game, and you can join Craig Fissinger and I. Starting time really going to depend on homecoming ceremonies. So we'll broadcast the JV and the varsity game here again on NKTelco Sports. So glad to have you here again on NKTelco Sports. Raiders gonna throw a little junk defense out there at the Jets as Eichelberger on the right wing going to try to give it up over to Clemens. Clemens trying to get it on the inside to Maxson, and it's taken away by the Raiders. Raiders again, all gas, no brakes this first quarter. Their next game against their arch rival, the Fort Laramie Redskins, despite being a game behind them after being upset by the Jackson Center Tigers on Thursday night on the road, losing their first Shelby County League game of the year. Borchers lets it fly, nails home a 3. CC Borchers feeling it here, the senior with 11 points, and the Raiders up 20-2, and Borchers has been played really well, 20 points Saturday against the Marion local Flyers, and really cementing her status as a serious candidate for Shelby County League Player of the Year. And if she would be tapped with that honor, she'd be the first Raider player since Maria Herron in 2017 to get that Shelby County League Player of the honor. That was in the first year of the Andy Timmerman era, so it's been a few years since the Raiders have had a Player of the Year. I believe Fort Laramie has had the Player of the Year selected the last 4 years, and rightfully so due to their recent string of dominance. I believe the last non-Rushi are the last non-Fort Laramie player to win the League Player of the Year was Sarah Bergman back in 2018 from Botkins. Maya Manin in for the Raiders. Scuba back in as well as the Jets get the ball in. Clemens. It's on the inside. Gubo tips it away. Manin going to fall on the floor, and Coach Paul Bremichin gets a timeout. We'll take it with him. 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. 20-2, Rushi over Fairlawn. We'll be back here next on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Back here at the Precision Strip timeout, it's 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. The Rushi Raiders lead the Fairlawn Jets 20-2 here, and the Raiders, after losing 2 games in a row here, have not shown any slack here so far in the first quarter against the one-win Jets, as Reese Gubo gets in the box score as she nails that jump shot for the 5'6" senior, her 3rd year on varsity. A lot of these seniors, as we talked about the Raiders being a very veteran team, have played at least 3 years of varsity experience, as Maxon gets the offensive rebound. Poling trying to rip it away. Maxon comes out with it, gives it out to Clemens. Clemens going to fire a 3, pops out. Rebound down to Helber as it goes over to Lily Cathcart now in the ball game, another freshman. Cathcart on the left wing goes over to Clemens. Jets trying to work it around. It goes down to Helber. Back over to Clemens. Back over to Avery North. Raiders showing a bit of a junk defense. Fairlawn works around, gets a good shot. It's going to deflect off Poling. It was a good look from North. A nice ball movement by the Jets. Jets get it into Maxon. They go over to North on the left wing. They go in the corner to Clemens. Clemens comes out top of the key, driving on the right wing. It's out. Gubo pokes it away, and it's going to be Raider basketball as the Jets turn it over. Left side. Raiders give it up over to Gubo. Not a crisp pass from Mon, and Gubo can't. The wide open shot. Rebound in the short corner. Ball works over to Shappy. Shots no good, and time expires in the first quarter. Rushi Raiders in control over the Fairlawn Jets, 22-2 here on NKTelco Sports. We'll step aside, come back with the second quarter of action on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Back here in the second quarter of play between Russia and Fairlawn, and the Raiders lead 22-2 at the beginning of the second quarter. A lot of twos up on the board right now here at the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. My name's Brandon Coburn. Glad you can join us here as the Fairlawn's going to force a turnover. Nice play there by Riley Eichelberger to get her hands in there and force a turnover. And like we said, these teams played back in early December. Raiders won the first contest 60-22. That's going to be talking about the youth movement of this Jets team. A couple freshmen, Lainey Clements, Callie Helber, Riley Eichelberger, Lily Cathcart, and Cassie Heath. And he seems to be out tonight for the Fairlawn Jets. Had a very good sister by the name of Lana Heath, as that three from the corner. Good looking shot from North, and shot goes up there for Helber. She's fouled and will go to the line. So Helber at the line will shoot two. And Helber hits the first one. She's got all three now for the Jets. And she hits them both. Callie Helber with 4 points now. 7.5 to go here in the first half. As Gubo looking to slice and dice this defense. CC Borchers an 11-point first quarter performance. And the Jets get more active hands in this zone now as Sherman misses a shot from the inside. Rebound, shot up and good, and one for Ronnie Poling. So Ronnie Poling will shoot from the line. And she dips the knees, fires, and cannot connect. We said Poling had a frustrating game Saturday against Marion Local. But she's come on nice. Again, started the year last year on JV before really showing her value to this Raider squad as North launches a missile from beyond the arc and cannot connect as Poling brings it up in the open floor due to some backcourt pressure. Sherman with the ball on the inside. Sherman trying to get to that double team, goes up and will shoot two. So Kate Sherman will go to the line and shoot a pair of free tosses for the Raiders for the 6'1" senior. Again, one of the better Raider athletes to come out in recent memory. Leads the volleyball program all-time in kills. Only one of two Raider girls to ever eclipse the 1,000 kill mark, past teammate Ashley Scott earlier to earn that title of leader in kills, and led her team to 4 trips to the regional tournament in the first time in school history. So Kate Sherman, a senior, also now played a couple years on varsity as she cans the second free throw, and it's a 25-4 Raider lead with 6:50 to go in the first half on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. And again, this senior class contributing a lot for the Raiders. As Eichelberger gets the ball in the short corner, Riley Eichelberger takes it to the basket, and Fairlawn gets their first point from someone not named Callie Helber. And there's an illegal screen, and Poling going to be called for, and it's going to take away the three for Monin. I think Poling might owe Monin something because it took away her three-pointer. I feel like in football, if you get a flag on the offensive line and you take a touchdown away from a wide receiver on like a 40, 50-yard pass. But nonetheless, the three-pointer taken off the board, and it's a Fairlawn basketball. Left side north. Raiders still kind of in a, looks like a junk zone, something they don't show much. Jets looking. They get the ball up over to Clemens. Clemens on the left side of north. Back over to Clemens. Fairlawn being more patient here this second quarter. They actually lead this quarter scoring 4-3 over the Raiders. As there's a foul on the Raiders. Looks like Jenny York going to come in the ball game for the Raiders. Another senior, Addison Shappy, a sophomore, going to come in for the Raiders. Clemens comes out the left side over to Eichelberger. Don't believe we've seen the Jets make a sub yet. North from the left wing cans it. Avery North from the left wing. It's that shot. It's 25-9. And the Jets playing really well this second quarter. Shappy trying to get one of those threes back and does quickly. Addison Shappy from the left wing. The 5'5 sophomore gets in the box score. Again, been one of the leaders on that very good Raiders JV squad this year. Ooh, another three rims out for the Jets. Shappy gets that ball stripped away by Eichelberger, and Eichelberger can't finish at the rack, and it's a tough 2 points left on there for the Jets. It was wide open after that strip and steal. That's one she'll be biting her lip about later, and as a couple more Raiders substitutions as their two big girls, Sherman and Poling, will be coming in a second. North trying to look for another three, kicks it back out to Clemens. Clemens goes over on the right side. As Helber throws it away, Gubo picks it off, and Gubo is fouled in transition. And Reese Gubo will shoot 2 free throws. And we got a timeout by Coach Gavin Cathcart. All timeouts this year on NKTelco Sports are brought to you by Precision Strip here. And again, we would like to remind you that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Tuesday, January 24th at 5 p.m. and Saturday, January 28th at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So if you want to watch replays of old Rooster games, start with the Fairlawn fans, we have a couple of your games maybe throughout the years if you have played on our key motion camera. We do have maybe a couple of them that you might have to search for. But we have a lot of Rooster games archived along with our other key motion schools. From the Shelby County Athletic League, we have Botkins and Jackson Center, also Sydney, and then in the MAC, our key motion schools are New Knoxville, New Bremen, and Minster. And then also our other NKTelco schools include fellow Shelby County League schools, Fort Laramie and Anna, also Lehman Catholic from the Three Rivers Conference. And then we also do Walpock football in the fall and cover Ohio Northern sports throughout the year as well. So I think we had originally 175 regular season games planned. Warriors Jayla Shappy comes in the lineup for the Raiders after Gubo cans both free throws. And we brought you, I know, over north of 100 fall sports contests. And we're very excited as the Jets turn it over to bring you more winter action. Probably a couple games in the tournament, and then select a few games from the spring season on our playback channel. And very excited again to see the expansion of NKTelco Sports, adding more key motion schools such as Botkins this year. Very excited to see where this goes. They joined what Rushi did last year, and along with Jackson Center as well. So there's a couple shot attempts on the inside. Can't come away. 4 times not a charm either. They get another offensive rebound, and Arrow favors them as It's just about a cluster of about 6 girls trying to get that ball, and the Raiders couldn't capitalize. And this quarter is an 8-7 Raider advantage. It's 22-2 after 1 quarter of play. Raiders get the ball in the middle to Sherman, and she puts it in. Kate Sherman up to 5 now, and it's a 32-9 Raider lead. 3:46 to go until the halftime break. As Raiders are playing a little junk zone here. You don't see them play it too much, maybe for a few possessions. As that ball's on the floor, it's a jump. It'll stay with the girls in blue. And the Fairlawn Jets in their road blues. Again, Russia with the win today would clinch their 3rd consecutive winning season. As when this very veteran senior class was freshmen, they were just missed out on that winning season, 10-12. But ever since the past 3 years, the Raiders have had winning seasons. And now under second-year head man Paul Bremagen, who coached over 30 years at the boys program, just clinched his 500th win just under a month ago in his career, with over 30 years at Russia coaching the boys, 4 years at Troy, and now his 2nd season as the Lady Raiders head coach. And there's a foul on Sherman, and that'll be the team's 4th. Eichelberger trying to inbound, gets it inside, swiped away by Sherman. As Borchers gets the ball in the backcourt. She had 11 that first quarter, hasn't scored since, as Shappy goes to the rack and attracts contact, and she'll shoot 2. There's a nice job of running the floor there. Shappy dips the knees, fires, and nails the first one. As Lily Cathcart comes in the lineup for Fairlawn. Shappy back at the charity stripe. She dips the knees, fires, and nails it. Jayla Shappy in the box score, a junior. That split time between JV and varsity has been one of the catalysts for that very good Raiders JV squad. Will also play an important role for the Raiders in the softball season, which they figure to be the league favorite, as Poling going to get called for a foul. Or Shappy called for the foul there, excuse me. Let's give her some praises, and she commits a foul there, so. Jets trying to get a set play in. Eichelberger kicks in the backcourt to Lemons. Or Clemens, excuse me. As I step on the line, I think I was thinking of Lemon. I was going to say Cleo Lemon, who played quarterback for the Miami Dolphins way back in the mid 2000s. I'm thinking Cleo Lemon, and way off there, as I apologize to Lainey Clemens. There, as Sherman going to step out from beyond her range, and it's no good. And I haven't seen her taking a whole lot of those, but she had the space, and it'll stay Raider basketball as it deflected off a Jet. 34-9, Raiders lead on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 2.5 minutes to go before the halftime break, as Sherman trying to deflect it, and the Jets swipe it away. At times it's been a sloppy second quarter, but it was such a good quarter offensively for the Raiders. North from beyond the arc, she's got a good shot. It pops out, Sherman with the board. And the Raiders up ahead. Borcher's full head of steam, and she'll get the layup to fall. Her first bucket of the second quarter. CC Borchers has got a baker's dozen now in 13 points. And the Raiders lead 36-9, 2:09 before halftime. Exciting Clemens. Eichelberger in the corner. Eichelberger wide open. He'll take the shot. It's no good. Maxson tracks down the rebound. Shappy trying to take it away. It's a jump ball, and it's Raider basketball as we have a line change for the Raiders. Reese Gubo, Maya Mon, and Jenna York, Lacey Flippo, and Kelby Dosek will come in after this precision strip timeout on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Back here on NKTelco Sports, 1:55 to go to halftime. The Russia Raiders ahead of the Fairlawn Jets 36-9. And again, the Raiders' next contest, they play Thursday against the Fort Loramie Redskins. And if the Raiders can pull off that win and do what only one team in Ottawa, Glandorf, just did on Saturday, and that's defeat the Fort Loramie Redskins, they'll be tied at the top of the Shelby County League standings. Took one on the chin last Thursday against the Jackson Center Tigers, which put them a game behind in the standings. Raiders have not won the league in girls basketball since 1994, and it just tells you how good the Shelby County Athletic League, particularly a school like Fort Loramie and Anna especially, have been in the standings. Jackson Center as well, winning league in 2017, and as Lacey Flippo gets the shot to fall. Lacey Flippo gets in the box score with the 5-foot junior. Just tells you how dominant the Shelby County League has been, and Raiders have had very good teams, but they have not been able to come out on top in the league, as they have many district titles to show for it and many far tournament runs as the ball stays with the Fairlawn Jets. Maxson goes on the left side in the corner. That shot is in and out. Rebound goes down to Jenna York. Kicks back down to Reese Gubo. She looks to initiate the offense. Back up over to Lacey Flippo. On the inside, Dosek spins around and is fouled by Darcy Maxson. So Kelby Dosek, the senior, will have a chance to shoot a couple free tosses from the charity stripe and try to expand this Raider lead here as Lacey Flippo goes to Dr. Coach Bruce Borchers. Again, this is a very veteran Raider team, as we talked about, a lot of girls that'll be hard to replace. As the thing that sounds insane is we have a substitution here for Fairlawn, and Callie Helber's back in. And it's that we're already over halfway through the season, and you always think basketball is a long season, but after you get after Christmas, it seems just to go so fast. And it'll be tournament time before you know it. In about a month, it'll be the tournament draw for girls. So we have a jump ball, and arrow favors the Raiders. As Dosek split the pair from the line. 8 different Raiders have scored this half. So again, that's one thing really both Raiders, JV, and varsity teams have prided themselves on, is scoring depth. Or really, anyone on the score is able to anyone on the floor is able to score. Raiders trying to run baseline there to get something open. Flippo on the wing to Monin. Goes to the left side to Dosek. Dosek back over to Flippo. Flippo going to wear options, give it back up over to Gubo. In the corner to Monin. Monin back to Flippo. As it gets poked away, Flippo recovers it before half court. Raiders going to run it down. Probably get the last shot here as Gubo comes and retreats the basketball right at the Raider logo to the left side to Flippo. They're going to try to run a little flare screen for Gubo. Raiders have run it to perfection so many times. Shot's no good, but Monin there to stick it back in and clean it up and get the Raiders across the 40-point threshold right before halftime. The Russia Raiders lead the Fairlawn Jets 41-9 as we head to halftime here on NKTelco Sports. We'll step aside, come back, bring you the second half of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Halftime here at the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. The Russia Raiders lead the Fairlawn Jets by a score of 41-9. Let's take a look at the individual scoring the first half for both teams. For the Fairlawn Jets, they were led by Avery North with 3 points. Callie Helber with 4. Avery North had 3. And Riley Eichelberger had 2. For the Russia Raiders, they were led with 13 points from C.C. Borchers, 6 from Ronnie Poling, 5 from Kate Sherman, 5 from Maya Manin, 1 from Kelby Dosek, 2 from Lacey Flippo, 4 from Reese Gubo, 2 from Jayla Shappy, and 3 from Addison Shappy. After 1 quarter of play, the Fairlawn Jets were trailing the Raiders 22-2, and at halftime, the Russia Raiders, as the score stands now, trail the Russia Raiders, lead the Fairlawn Jets 41-9, and the Raiders staying in a junk zone defense that they showed in the first half, and forces the Jets to turn it over. Riley Eichelberger there kicked the ball against the padding on the Raider baseline and kicked it right back to catch. I haven't seen that in high school basketball ever. It's kind of interesting. As Raiders trying to work on quick ball movement against this zone here against the Fairlawn Jets. Raiders kick it out. Gubo, top of the key. It clanks off the iron. And it'll be Fairlawn basketball. Clemens Goes to the left side, goes over to Helber. Helber with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. As the Jets throw the basketball around, shot is no good. Helber tracks down the offensive board as they try to get inside to the senior Darcy Maxon, and it's ripped away by the junior Ronnie Poling. And Gubo's fouled in the backcourt. The first team foul against the Jets this second half. Again, only 2 seniors for Fairlawn, Darcy Maxon and Katrina Timonacini. The only 2 seniors for the Jets. So again, a roster only consisting of 8 players, a lot of freshmen. So a youth movement here for the Jets for sure. As Monin wide open on the right wing. The Raiders are looking for good open shots here mostly. With this lead and just trying to work on ball movement with their starting 5 right now with the Fort Laramie Redskins Thursday. And Borchers cans that shot from the corner. She's got 16, a game high, as it's a 44-9 Raider lead now. As that initiates the running clock, and the Fairlawn Jets can get that off if they get the lead below 30. As the Jets work it around, and Sherman picks it off. Sherman going up ahead, dishes it off to Monin. Nice team work there. As the Russia Raiders lead the Fairlawn Jets now 46-9, as Monin puts in that basket, and Maya Monin with 7 points, and the Raiders drop back into, again, a little junk defense there. They're trying to explore here, and maybe they'll show it Thursday against the Fort Laramie Redskins. I won't be on the call for that game, but Poling rips away the rebound. Raiders breaking down the Jet defense, and Raiders come out firing since half. Kate Sherman laced it in. It's a 48-9 lead as Raiders start with a 7-0 run to start the second half. North for 3, shot no good. Tipped out by Maxon. It's a Raider basketball. Again, the Raiders coming off 2 straight losses, trying to snap that streak here. Fairlawn showing a bit of pressure as well, which for sure the Raiders are going to see Thursday as they break it down easily. Kate Sherman lays it in off the assist from CC Borchers. Sherman up to 9 points tonight. And the Raiders going to steal. It's Maya Monin. Monin up ahead in the clear, and she's blocked from behind. Nice play there by Helber. And there's a jump ball. Arrow favors the Raiders as substitutions for the Raiders. Kelby Dosek, Addison Shappy, Jayla Shappy in for the Jets is freshman Lily Cathcart. So 50-9 our score. Sherman gets the ball on the inside. Shot no good. She deflects the rebound out. Shappy on the inside. Shot is good. Addison Shappy puts that in, and the 5'5" sophomore has got 5 points. This is a 52-9 Raider lead over the Jets. 3 by Helber, no good. Maxon there on the weak side to clean it up. Darcy Maxon, the senior, puts the ball in the hole and makes a nice defensive play to get it tied up there with Kelby Dosek. And it'll be Fairlawn basketball. Substitution for the Raiders. Jenny York going to come in for the Raiders. Fairlawn goes to the right wing. Shot's no good by North. Raiders push it ahead. Shappy over to Gubo. Gubo going to fire a 3 from the right wing. Got it. Reese Gubo has done that countless amounts of times in this gym, and she cans a 3 from the right wing. Reese Gubo up to 7 points on the night as the Raiders lead 55-11 as the running clock continues to roll. North from the right wing, fires it up again, rims in and out as Dosek fell down and traveled. I think she stepped on a teammate's foot there, maybe. And again, the Raiders can't afford another injury. As we said, Grace Holscher went down. She's here on crutches tonight. That game we had on NKTelco Sports, she went down. Still no results from any MRI, but we hope the best for Grace. It did not look good when it happened. Again, we said the Raiders lost Simone Putoff a few games into this season and hoping to have her back for the softball season, as the Raiders appear to be the favorite in the Shelby County Athletic League. As we have a Raider foul here. Going to go against Addison Shappy. And it's an inadvertent whistle. And late horn from the scores table there. So we're trying to get CC Borchers subbed in for the Raiders. And that's a turnover by the Jets now. Borchers can sub in. Scubo comes out. I'll let Shappy handle the point guard duties, as she might be the heir to take that over once Borchers graduates. Reese Gubo and CC Borchers graduate after this year. And the Jenna York gets a basket on the inside. Great ball movement by the Raiders, and the 5'8" senior Jenna York gets in the box score. Great ball movement by the Raiders against that Jet zone. Shot up and good. Rebound goes down to Addison Shappy. Shappy looking to push it up ahead. Wide open is Jenny York again, and York lays it in. Jenny York going to get 2 buckets to close out this quarter. It's a 59-11 Raider lead, as we have a heave from half court. Oh, that just went in and out for Lainey Clemens. And we end the third quarter of play. The Russia Raiders lead the Fairlawn Jets 59-11 as we head to the fourth quarter of action here next on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Welcome back here on NKTelco Sports, beginning the fourth quarter of action between the Russia Raiders and the Fairlawn Jets. The Raiders hold a commanding 59-11 lead over the Jets. My name's Brendan Coverman. Glad you can join us here on NKTelco Sports, as the Raiders look like they're going to snap their 2-game losing streak here, as Addison Shappy starts the fourth quarter with a bucket. Shappy with 7 points with a 5'5" sophomore. And the Raiders crossed the 60-point threshold. They won that quarter against the Jets by a score of 18-2. And the Raiders all but going to take this home as they get another steal. Borchers up ahead, trying to get it to Jayla Shappy. Shappy going up the right side is hacked there by Lainey Clemens, and the running clock continues to initiate here. So one thing you know, you just entering a swing at that running clock, and it just makes those games go by so fast. But you just wonder too sometimes through the lack of experience that teams get in this situation, as Shappy misses the first one, and we have a substitution. Lacey Flippo going to come in for CC Borchers. Her night probably done with, as she exits out with 16 points, 11 of them coming in the first quarter. Is the amount of experience that teams lack in that time of just playing the game, as Shappy goes 1 for 2 from the line there. Those 2 free throws between the last foul took 35 seconds. So I mean, you just lose that time to get better and just to play, which so many people need. It was implemented a couple years in tournament basketball, which I wasn't opposed to completely. But these fans, they pay, a lot of money. It's $6-7. It's not like you're going to an NBA game or anything, but you have all these games that you're trying to play. As Kelby Dosek turns around and lays it in as the Raiders run the floor, and Kelby Dosek gets her first field goal of the game. And these fans pay all the money to go to these games, and they're not getting their money's worth now because they're having to watch a running clock. They're missing time, and Jenny York gets a rebound there off the missed three by North. As the Jets stay back in their zone, Shappy at the Raider logo. Flippo going to go back to Shappy. Shappy over on the right side to Jayla Shappy. In the corner to Lacey Flippo. She's going to let it fly from the corner. No good. She'll get her own rebound. The 5-foot freshman on the inside. Dosek to York. And Jenna York will shoot 2 free tosses for the Raiders. As she tries to add to the lead here. And the Raiders look like they'll move to 12-3 on the season, 6-1 in the Shelby County Athletic League. And again, as I said earlier, if you were tuned earlier, if you're a Fairlawn Jet or a Raider fan, as we have a substitution, Callie Helber back in the lineup for the Fairlawn Jets. We'll have the boys game Friday, Russia versus Fairlawn. That's the homecoming game. Not really sure the JV start time yet. I'll be on the call for that JV game. And Craig Fissinger will join me for the varsity contest as Kelby Dosek gets the rebound, goes to the basket, and scores. Kelby Dosek with 5 points now for the Raiders as they lead 66-11. And so Craig Fissinger and I will be on the call for that game. So if you want to watch the homecoming game live from the comfort of your home here on NKTelco Sports, you can buy the pay-per-view unless you're a Raider season-long ticket holder. Then you're already locked into watching the game with us on Friday night. So we'll be glad to have you and bring you high school boys basketball on Friday night here from the historic Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium that, of course, will not be a varsity gym anymore in a couple years as Maxon gets the offensive rebound. Clemens from the top of the key, off the mark, rebound down to Shappy. Nice box out by Jayla Shappy. She hands off to her cousin Addison Shappy. And as the Raiders will move their varsity gym, as York, nice pass on the inside to Dosek. It's slapped out. Stay with the Raiders as 3:49 to go in the First National Bank. Think for a scoreboard 66-11 Raiders. And the Raiders will move their varsity gym just right next door to the junior high gym. Not really sure how it's going to affect games next season. I'm sure it's going to be a little different as York gets the offensive rebound out to Flippo. So Raiders going to sit out and run some offense here. As we know, the Raiders will move right into the junior high gym. Will be renovated. Will be 1,400 seats as there's a jump ball. Arrow favors the Jets. There'll be 1,400 seat gym. The current gym now, the Claire C, holds 1,100 people. It'll be 1,400 seats. The weight room will probably get 3.5 times the size. It'll be also a expanded weight room, like I said, a couple new classrooms, a couple new career tech centers, and there'll also be a smaller gym too put in there for the community to walk in to play pickleball on, so a couple lane community tracks. So very exciting times here for the Russia community. It'll be a little bit of a pain next year here for the basketball season, trying to move around, but again, we know it'll all be worth it in 2024, August of 2024, when that project will really come to fruition and be done with. So very exciting times here at Russia High School as they expand an already great facility here in the Claire C. And you don't see too many gyms like it. The Shelby County League, in my opinion, has a lot of great gyms you can watch basketball games at, and so does just a lot of our area. You look in the Shelby County League. I've called a lot of games, obviously, from this Crow's Nest, and I'm going to miss this Crow's Nest for sure. As not too many places, and Jackson Center Botkins does. As coming in as Katrina Timomachini for the Jets as. Rush's a great place to call a game. You got Anna's great place to call a game. Jackson Center is. Botkins, Just some great places in the Shelby County League to call games. And, as we have here on NKTelco Sports, also can't fail to mention Laramie as well. But some great places to watch teams. And you go up to the Midwest Athletic Conference, you got some great gyms there in Minster, as we know, the end zone seating there. St. Henry, a historic gym there, kind of darker, kind of old-fashioned. That's what I'm going to miss about calling varsity games in this gym is it's tighter. Even though the seats will only expand by 300, it'll be really nice to see that expand. And we'll hopefully bring you a lot of games in there from the years to come on NKTelco Sports as the seasons progress. And, again, instead of bringing you over 175 games this year on NKTelco Sports, as Jayla Shappy hits the jumper and helps put the cherry on top of this Raiders win as they're up ahead 68-11 with 47 seconds to go on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Shappy up to 5 points on the night now. There's a three from the right wing. It's no good. Lemon in the lane, no good. And the Jets have only been able to muster 2 points this second half, and so the clock has been running pretty much the entirety of this second half. And the Raiders get the rebound here and see if the Raiders come to a standstill here as they're going to move to 12-3 on the season as they'll sweep the Fairlawn Jets this year. And there's a foul out front. It won't mean anything, and that'll run the clock down, and it'll be a 68-11 Russia Raider win over the Fairlawn Jets as time expires. And the Raiders move to 12-3 on the season. So before we leave here tonight, we'd like to thank our sponsors here on NKTelco Sports, because without them, we would not be able to bring you this high school girls action. They are Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Copeland, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, the Minster Bank, Pratt Industries, New Knoxville Supply, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, The Jewelry Barn, and NKTelco. Our keys to the game are brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. The starting lineup sponsors, Emerson Copeland. Our Russia Live View sponsor is The Jewelry Barn. And our player of the game, which I'll name here in a second, is brought to you here by NKTelco. Our other sponsors are Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securcom, and the St. Henry Bank. NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. You can catch the replays of this game Tuesday, January 24th at 5 p.m. and Saturday, January 28th at 2 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So let's take a look at the individual scoring here tonight on NKTelco Sports. First, taking a look for the Fairlawn Jets. They were led with Callie Helber with 4 points. Avery North had 3. Rachel Eichelberger and Darcy Maxson each had 2 apiece. On the flip side for the Russia Raiders, they were led in scoring with Cece Borchers with 16 points. There were 6 points from Ronnie Poling, 7 from Maya Monin, 5 from Kelby Dosek, 2 from Lacey Flippo, 9 from Kate Sherman, 7 from Reese Gubo, 5 from Jayla Shappy, 7 from Addison Shappy, and 4 from Jenny York. See if this all adds up. Yeah, I think it should, and it does. And scoring by quarters goes Ruscia's ahead 22-2 after the first, 41-9. They were ahead at half, 59-11 after 3 quarters, and a 68-11 win over against the Fairlawn Jets for the Russia Raiders. So the Fairlawn Jets fall to 1-15 on the season. They'll play Saturday at home again against fellow NKTelco school Anna in league play, and the Russia Raiders advance to 12-3 on the season, 6-1 in the Shelby County League, before they face probably one of the biggest game of the year so far in the Shelby County League. The Russia Raiders will be facing the Fort Laramie Redskins. Fortunately, we'll not have that game on NKTelco for you, but you can catch that game on 105.5 TAM FM Sports Broadcast. We'll have that for you if you're wanting to listen to the game on the radio, 105.5 TAM FM SportsBroadcast.com will have that game for you if you want to listen to Fort Laramie and Russia. So before we leave here tonight, we want to name our NKTelco player of the game. And NKTelco put it the game. We're going to give it to Kate Sherman here tonight. Ran the floor really well, 9 points. Played nice fundamental defense. Could have gave it to CC Borchet, 16 points too. And played overall really well. But the Raiders, from start to finish, snap this back-to-back losses, and they get back on the winning side, clinching again their 3rd straight winning season, and now advancing 12-3 on the season. That's the Fairlawn Jets drop to 1-15. So for the final time here tonight, the Russia Raiders defeat the Fairlawn Jets 68-11. My name's Brandon Coverman. We'll catch you here next time on NKTelco Sports.